It's a beautiful day and you're just walking down the street enjoying yourself with your lovely guitar. And dude just shows up from nowhere. You're blank.
Today I'm going to make that an issue of the past. So join me as I take you through a small tutorial of how to play tuku songs. All you need to know to play tuku songs is the key of C, the chords that are associated in the key of C, as well as the major scale that is in the key of C. So I'll take you through the chords that are in the key of C and then we'll go to the scale. In the key of C we have C major, we have D minor, we have E minor, we have F major, which can be held like this or like this. We have G, which you can hold like this or like this. We have A minor. Then we have B diminished, which can be held like this or just like this. And then back to C. Those are the chords that we're going to be using to play tuku songs. But then you realize that we won't be using all of them. Most of the time we just use 3 or 5 chords. In these progressions it uses mostly 1, 4, 1, 5. By 1, 4, 1, 5 I simply mean if we take the chords that we just learned right now and give them numbers, the C being the 1, the D the 2, the E minor, the 3, and then the F 4, G 5, then 6, A minor, and then 7, B diminished, and then back to 1. That means 1, 4, 1, 5 just becomes C, F, C, G. That's the common progression that you're going to get in tuku songs. So I'll just go through a simple rhythm to just show you what I'm talking about. Right, you see how this makes sense after we start putting the major scale into these songs. So let's get down to the major scale. The major scale is simply do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Just like I told you the other time. If you haven't watched the tutorial where I talk about the major scale, please make sure that you check it out on the same channel. So, since we're in the key of C, the first note is going to be C. In this case, C is right here. So if we go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Let's do it again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. And then we can even go an octave lower. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Like that. So that's another C right there. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So those notes are going to be the notes that we're going to be using in playing tuku song. You will see that all the melodies are created using those notes. And most of the times all the notes will be from fret number 1 to fret number 3. So seldomly do you go to fret beyond fret number 3. So you'll see what I'm talking about as we go. So I'll start with a simple song, Neria. I'm pretty sure some of you would love to learn that song. So it goes something like this. This is my own interpretation of Neria, by the way. Usaore moyo kaniria Maria newe Usaore moyo kaniria Maria newe So, like I said, you need to know chords and the major scale. So first of all, let's figure out the chords that are being used in this song. A minor, F, C, G, C, F, C, G to C. So let's try and imitate this without the melodies and see how it comes. Right. So you realize that when the song starts, it starts with a melody. It doesn't start with a chord. So the melody will be then to the chord. Right? Chord. So here what we'll be doing throughout, we'll be replacing chords with melodies, but then the progression is still the same. So F, right, there's one thing that I want you to notice, that all the melody notes that we're using are all in the major scale that I just taught you before. You realize that we're just playing around these notes. You see that? That note, 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 that note. Those are the notes that we'll be playing with around to produce this song. If I give you just a simple example, like something that's just arbitrary without really playing anyone's song, you see how useful these notes are. Let's just pick any progression and just throw in these notes in there to illustrate what I'm talking about. So that's just C, G, C to F, F major 7, to C, then to G. So we want to try and put those notes from the major scale in this progression for you to just understand what I was talking about. You see that? So what we just did, we maintained the progression that we were playing, which is 1 4 1 5, and just kicked in some notes from the major scale. That was very arbitrary. There's no song like that, but it already sounded like Tuku. So the skill here is just maintaining your progression and then kicking in some notes from the major scale in the key of C. So back to our tutorial about Neria. So where were we? We were saying I'll give you another quick example of how you can incorporate that major scale that I just taught you to play some tuku song. So most likely you've heard of this song. Let's see. So the chords, which is C to F major to C to G. So you'll see there's nothing fancy there, it's just simply the major scale. The reason why I was able to play these is because all of these notes are in the same scale. This note is in the major scale, that note is in the major scale, that note is in the major scale, that is also in the major scale. So all you need to know is memorize the major scale and know the notes that are in the major scale, and then try and incorporate them within your progression. So in this particular song that we were just doing right there, you realize the pattern is quite simple. Right, I won't dwell much on that, but I want you guys to experiment, use that major scale and see if it gives you result. All you need to know is your chords and try to find a way of just slotting in that major scale. Right, I'll give you another example. This probably is familiar to you. You see how simple that is? Very simple. So if you loved what you just watched in the tutorial, please make sure that you subscribe and like our channel. Please share and spread the love, resonating beyond limits. Love you guys.